How you doing, guys? Trucker G here. You know, one of the least spoken about topics in the trucking industry when it comes to saving money and the safety aspect is, as well. More importantly, the safety aspect is sitting right there. Your fifth wheel. A properly maintained fifth wheel. And what I mean by properly maintained, make sure you got enough grease on that fifth wheel. That's one of the key things. Make sure it is adequately greased. What a lot of guys don't realize is that fifth wheel sets it up against that trailer apron, which most of you truck drivers already know that. But you have that friction when it's not adequately greased. And if you go to some of these old trucks, older trucks out here, and you clean that fifth wheel off, what you'll see what they call micro welds. And what happens when it's not greased properly, that trailer apron actually welds to that fifth wheel. It's going to create structural damage in your fifth wheel. Not only that, well, that fifth wheel itself is anywhere between $1,000 and $1,500. But not only that, it creates unnecessary wear and tear on your drivetrain, on the rest of your truck. Anytime you got that friction, you got that weld, well, what's happening there? Well, it's binding up. You'll replace your steer tires more often because of it. You'll replace your drive tires more often because of it. You'll replace your drivetrain, a lot of your drivetrain, more often because of it. Because it's unnecessary wear. Not only that, you don't get as good a fuel mileage because you're creating that friction. It's extra friction. And that's just some of the money savings part of it. Now let's get in the safety aspect of it. That same friction, what happens when something binds up? You get it pushing and pulling, right? Out there on the ice in this trailer, when you're going around a turn, even when you're not going around a turn, you can just be going straight. That fifth wheel's still moving, because what's your hand doing all day? Your hand's going like that. And if your hand's going like that, your truck's going like that too. If your truck's going like that, so is that fifth wheel. And anytime you get that micro weld because of an inadequately greased fifth wheel, it can push and pull your truck. And any of you that have been out here on the road for quite a while, know that's the last thing you want to happen on ice or rain or a slick road, is anything to push or pull your truck without your knowledge. Having that thing greased properly can and will save your life. I've seen it happen, and I don't want to see it happen to you. I tell you what, personally, I like to use Gearhead fifth wheel lubricant. And I know this sounds like a commercial, but I'm going to tell you why I like to use it. Number one, it's soy-based. It's good for the environment, but I'm not an environmentalist. What I really love about it, I'll show you. Pop them out of the package. Nothing. It's not on my hands. Come over here. Put it on your fifth wheel. Walk around, put it on the other side. I could have just threw it across, but I don't like to get nowhere near that fifth wheel because you all know how nasty this thing can be. All right, I backed the truck up because I want to show you a little something. I know there's a lot of controversy on how to back up underneath the trailer. Some people say, well, you want to low hook it because if you're heavy, it's going to lift the trailer up and it's going to take weight off your landing gear. Some guys say, well, you want to high hook it, and I'm going to explain to you why here in a second. You want to high hook it because if I were to back in under this trailer right now, what's going to happen to those grease pads? They're going to be pushed right off, right? That's one thing great about I like about the Gearhead pads is if I back up and I've got the trailer too low, it pushes those pads right off, right? Okay, with regular conventional grease, it's going to do the spatula effect. It's just going to push all that grease off the front of your fifth wheel. You're going to have a big old glob of grease on the front of your trailer, and grease all over your undercarriage of your tractor, and it's going to clear all that grease off your fifth wheel. So what I usually like to do is I like to grease my fifth wheel while my trailer's empty. My bags ain't lowered right now, so what I'll do is I'll go in there and I'll lower my bags, drop my tractor down, get up underneath it, then I'll put my air pressure back up, let those pads squish up against the trailer apron. That way all that grease is where I want it. instead of being scraped off of my trailer. And I know a lot of people are gonna say, well, them bags, them little pouches, heck, G, you can rub those on your nose and they don't get messy either. Let me tell you about them pouches and conventional grease. That stuff ends up everywhere in your truck. I don't know how many times I've had tubes that have gotten squashed up underneath my bunk or in my toolbox because something shifted and pressed up against it, and psh, same thing with those pads. Those pads end up breaking open and you got grease everywhere. I just showed you how clean those are. And as you can see, it's that simple. As you notice, when I was backing under there, it didn't latch. So I had to hit it one more time because I didn't wait for the air pressure to come back up. I'm just kind of stating that because I know somebody's gonna say something down in the comments. Well, it didn't latch, G. We make sure it latched because we do that tug test. And a lot of times that's what I see a lot of guys doing out here. They forget to do that tug test. And that's important. How many trailers have we seen people drop? But anyways, that's why I like Gearhead Lube, guys. It's nice, clean, easy to use, and it'll save your money and even save your life.